So we've called the COVID helpline twice now, and they've been giving us wrong numbers to go and get tested. It's so hard to get tested in Delhi. People will just give up at this first step, right? Like, now I can only think how much under testing is going on in Delhi. I can only think that now, because it's just so hard to get tested. We can't even find a way to get tested in Delhi. That's messed up. That's so messed up. Just waiting for the doctor to call now. I've got these really sharp pains right here around where my heart is. And Namaste dosto. As you can tell from my voice, it doesn't have that usual energy or enthusiasm that it does, right? And it's because I'm feeling like crap right now. I felt crap for the last 2 days. And yeah, the first day I had chest pain, I had a headache, and I just started feeling really tired. Now then today, I slept most of the day. I was feeling so tired and I had that headache again. I'm just feeling really under the weather. I feel like I have the flu and I have a fever as well. Like my forehead is burning up. Yeah, as you can imagine, I'm quite worried. We're all quite worried because we're in the middle of a COVID-19 pandemic right now and you don't want to have it. And so you guys know where I've been in the last few days. About 4 days ago, we went to the airport to pick up my sister-in-law. And 2 days before that, I went to Lajpat Nagar in Delhi to buy a new camera. So for the last week, those are the two places that have been: a camera store and the international airport in Delhi. And we've taken all the precautions we could. We've been wearing the mask, we've been sanitizing like crazy. So yeah, who knows? But I've been feeling crappy for 2 days now, so it's time to go and have a test, right? I thought it might go away after the first day, but nah, it's not getting worse. It's just staying about, just staying like a normal fever, like a mild fever. And I read the Chief Minister of Delhi, Kejriwal, he said that 80% of people who have COVID-19, they have no symptoms or they have mild symptoms. So yeah, tomorrow morning I'll wake up and I'll show you guys the Aarogya Setu app that I have been using. It tracks my location around India, wherever I go, and you can alert people if you get COVID through this app. So they find out that they've been in contact with someone who has COVID. So I'll walk you through that app. We will report me as not feeling well on that app and see what it tells us to do. Then we'll go get a test. Yeah, just feeling really crappy right now. Don't feel like talking to the camera. And then on the other hand though, like, I feel like the situation in India with COVID is only going to get worse. I feel like it's like a time bomb waiting to explode, okay? The numbers are only going up like crazy at the moment, right? And the government's slowly taking us all out of lockdown. So how can you be going out of lockdown when the numbers are still increasing like crazy? We're not going to be able to reach a peak and then come down again from that peak. So in a way, it's good that I've got it now, if I do have it, that is. You know, you want to get it now before literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people across India have it and the hospitals start getting crazily busy. So yeah, whatever. Let's wake up tomorrow morning and see how I'm feeling, and yeah, run through Aarogya Setu and let's go and get a test now. Good morning, dosto. I'm feeling quite a bit better than I was yesterday. But we're still going to go ahead and do what we have to do. I'll show you the Aarogya Setu app soon and I'll walk you through what happens when I put in my data right now. And you can understand why I'm worried, right? Like, you saw the video of me in Uttarakhand where I was forced to take a COVID-19 test simply because I'm a foreigner, and how that hospital even called the police to make sure I didn't escape. And then how the police called the media, and then how they wanted to do the test on me outside, not inside the hospital, outside of public in front of everybody. Which newspaper are you from? जी आपका न्यूज़पेपर कौन सा है? आपका न्यूज़पेपर कौन सा है?
The Times of India.
Times of India?
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys are the newspaper that covers Sunny Leone only, and Deepika Padukone's breast size. Look at these guys taking photos of me. Wow, amazing. So you can understand why I'm worried, and I can understand why other people are worried, why people are hiding at home rather than going out and getting these tests done. People are scared. People don't want to get sent to a quarantine center or anything like that, you know. But anyway, it's our responsibility to do this as good people, because it's the right thing to do, to go and be tested no matter what the consequences are. I'm still going to go and do it. I'm still going to go and get that test because it's the right thing to do. Now let's get into the Aarogya Setu app. And what Aarogya Setu means is, it's hard to translate, but basically a bridge to health. This is the government's idea for a bridge for us to get better, and I think it's a good one. At the beginning I was paranoid because I am paranoid about security, privacy and these kind of things, but the way the situation here in India is going, now I think we should all be using it. And people have a number of security concerns about this app. The first one being that it tracks your location through GPS and through Bluetooth, okay? And this is so if you get sick, it can match you with anybody who's nearby who has the app running as well, so they can know that they've come in contact with you. But that data is stored on your phone only, okay? It's not sent off to the government until you press this button, and then you can say, tested positive for COVID-19. Then it sends your data to the government servers, okay? But that's only so the government can let other people around you know that you have tested positive, and they won't tell your name or anything, okay? It's just gonna flash up on their phone, someone nearby you has tested positive. So that's all. So I feel safe with this, and they've released the code open source as well, so anyone can go in and check the code to make sure it's secure and make sure it's doing what it's doing. Now if we go into the app, I can see within a radius of 500 meters, 5,000 people are using this app. Only 5,000 people. That's nothing. There must be at least 500,000 people who live within 500 meters of me. 8 people tested as unwell, and 4 users were diagnosed in the last 28 days. So this is the kind of basic information it gives you. Then you can go in and you can see the updates, and you can just see the curve going all the way up. This curve is updated every day at 10 a.m. I think. So I think using this app is the right thing to do. If you want to know if you've come in contact with someone who has COVID, you have to use this app. That's the only way you're really gonna know. And especially if you don't know the person, right? It'll tell you when you've come into contact with strangers who have contracted the disease, then you can go and get yourself tested to make sure you're okay as well. So yeah, I think this is a good solution. I think it's the one solution which is going to help us in the future, because lockdown is stopping, right? All right, so here's the app. Let's assess myself right now. Please give correct answers. Fine. Are you experiencing any of the following symptoms? Fever, yep. Have you ever had any of the following? Diabetes, hypertension, none of these. Which of the following applies to you? Have I traveled lately? Nope. Met someone who's infected? No. Healthcare worker? Nah. Okay, so now it's asking me, do I want to send this information to the health ministry? It's actually asking me rather than just doing it, okay? And it's going to allow them to identify hotspots from this data. So of course I'm going to give it to them. It's the right thing to do. Confirm and proceed. Okay, government has it. Now let's see what it says. All right, so I've assessed myself with the app, and it's saying, while you're unwell, your infection risk is low. So TK, do remember it's safer to consult a doctor through phone or video rather than visiting a hospital, because you can, expose yourself to coronavirus in a hospital, it's saying. So chalo, I'm not going to go to a hospital to get tested. I'm gonna go to a private lab and get tested there and actually pay for it. I think it would just be better to go to a private lab than go to a government lab. And now on my screen it's showing up saying low risk infection. So I think this app is quite good, it asked me before I uploaded anything to the government. It asked me if I wanted to do it, okay? So what more can you want? Chalo, we're gonna go to the testing lab soon and get a test done. See what the results are. All right, I'm feeling like absolute crap again. I've got these these pains in my chest, like right here, as you just saw. If I breathe in too hard, the pain comes. Just laying there, to get some pain comes as well in the chest. I don't feel like going to get this test done, but I have to leave the house. I'm here with my rakshak Manu, but she doesn't want to be filmed. So you have to look at my ugly face. Alright, let's go to this lab and get this test done. We're coming up to the test center now, and this is the private test center, so I'm hoping they'll treat me more fairly than I got treated the last time when I was forced to have a test, and I hope they won't freak out because I'm a foreigner as well. That's my biggest fear, but I think it should be okay. We're in Delhi. So we got here to the private lab and they're telling us we can't get tested there. The only government hospitals are doing the tests, which is really strange because in the Aarogya Setu app it says it can be done right here and it can be done at private labs. So really strange. Something's changed and the government hasn't updated that app, and that is completely unsurprising here in India for a government app to be out of date and giving wrong information like that. So yeah, okay, let's go to a government hospital then.
The person you are calling is not answering. Please call again. डायल किए गए नंबर से इस समय संपर्क नहीं हो सका है.
We just stopped just to check and just to call the helpline we found in the app just to see if they could help us more, but they can't. They're useless. And they're giving us wrong numbers to go and get tested. It's so hard to get tested in Delhi. People will just give up at this first step, right? Like, now I can only think how much under testing is going on in Delhi. That I can only think that now, because it's just so hard to get tested. We can't even find a way to get tested in Delhi. That's messed up. That's so messed up. What the shit are we gonna do? We're gonna have to go to South Delhi, I guess. There are some, we'll have to call some of our hospitals in South Delhi and go all the way there. We had some success, so we called a private hospital and they, it's paining, and they will video conference me and then they'll send someone around to pick up the sample. They can't take the sample without a doctor seeing me first, okay? You can't just go and get your sample taken without a doctor seeing you. So, damn, it's painful. So we're gonna go home now. We're gonna wait for that doctor to call, and hopefully they'll come and take a sample and just see what's going on, or if there's something else wrong with me. Hopefully it's just a normal flu, you know. But
I think it's acidity.
I've never had, can't be acidity. I've never had symptoms like this in my life. It's different to a normal flu. There's more aches and pains, you know. It's just different. So I'm gonna go home and sleep and wait for the doctor to call. I'm just waiting for the doctor to call now. I've got these really sharp pains right here around where my heart is, and it's getting like not difficult to breathe, but I'm not breathing as much because I'm worried about those pains coming back. Fuck. It doesn't feel good. I just woke up from a nap before this appointment. Even when I move in certain positions, it's painful right here. Just like moving my arm or getting up from bed to get a sharp pain there. I wish this doctor would hurry up and get on the call. Fuck. It's getting worse. That useless doctor, he never called. So the pain is so bad that I have to go. We're gonna go to the hospital and get them to check me, because when I breathe too hard, gets really sore right here when I walk too much, when I do too much activity, when I move my body in certain positions. Oh God. So we're gonna go to Saket, South Delhi. It's like an hour away to this hospital to get checked. Alright, so I went in. I'm still getting these pains in my chest, but I'm feeling a little bit better. Went to the emergency ward and they tested my heart to make sure there wasn't an issue with my heart. Heart is fine, which feels good to know. They said it's some kind of infection around my lungs. And they don't know what it is, so we're gonna do a COVID test. But it's still paining. They did give me some painkillers for the pain in my chest, so it's good. But the sick joke is, it's Saturday today. Tomorrow they are not taking tests. They're not doing COVID tests on Sunday. Absolutely incredible. You'd think it would be every single day, if not 24 hours, the way this pandemic is spreading, right? But nah, they're not working on Sunday. And okay, I mean, I don't know the full workings of a hospital, right? When I was in there, it was pretty crazy. It's pretty busy, people coughing everywhere. So I can only imagine the type of stress those doctors are under. And yeah, they need a day off. But the testing must be a lot easier than working in an emergency ward. You're literally just swabbing people's throats. Maybe there's a staffing issue or something. And this might just be at this one hospital that I'm at, okay? Maybe, shit. Maybe other hospitals don't have this issue, so we're gonna call a few before we get back to the car and just find out like what's going on. If I can get tested somewhere else right now, because we will be passing back through a couple of different hospitals. So yeah, we're going back home now, Dostal. I feel like crap and we're not gonna find another place that's open right now. We're done, we're out of energy, we're hungry. We'll come back here on Monday and get the test done. That sucks, it's like a bad joke. But what to do? I've been in your waters. I came for sure. I've never been so close before. It's one way or the other. We're back at another hospital now. This one's the same brand as in Saket, but it's closer to our home. And no matter where you go for a test, there's gonna be a queue, okay? We got here 45 minutes before the testing started, and we're number 8 in the queue. And if you want to go to a private clinic, you have to queue as well. So as soon as we got back, we applied for a private clinic, and they just didn't call us. We called them and they said, no, you have to wait, there's a queue, we'll call you when you're ready. And yeah, it wasn't possible to go and get the drive-through test done for the private clinic. It seems like they have 2 or 3 days backlog minimum. So yeah, here we are back at the hospital and gonna get the test done now. All right, so we went to go get the test, and you won't believe this, like this story just keeps going. The lab is closed today because of a technical issue, even after we'd registered. Something's going on, who knows what's going on, but now this lab is closed and is not doing any tests today. Bloody great. We're on our way home now, and like Manisha said, by the time I get my test done, I'll be negative. So we're gonna go home, we're gonna wait for the private lab to get back to us and try and get that done. And just keep calling them and seeing how far we are in the queue for the drive-through test. I'm gonna go back to my quarantine. I've been stuck in my room and just watching movies. I'm watching the Purge series at the moment, and I watched one called The Hunt last night, so and we're watching some pretty twisted movies right now. Manisha won't watch these with me because one time I watched this movie called Baskin with her, and after that she stopped trusting some of the movies that I watch. Hey, nah, don't watch Baskin with your girlfriend. So I'm feeling a little bit okay today. Like I'm feeling quite good actually today. Like I feel 80%. I've got a few little aches and pains and I'm a little bit tired, but definitely better than I have been for the last 5 or 6 days, okay? So let's continue to try and get this test done. Will it ever get done? Will I ever get a result? Who knows? What's wrong with me? Who knows? But I'm gonna stay in quarantine, okay? And the nightmare continues. Another day, another hospital. We're back at Sarket, and we got here by 9, but they're telling us the tests are sold out for today. How can you sell out of corona tests before 9? So yeah, it just shows you the testing capacity that is at this hospital we're going to. It must be nothing. So, and this is like one of the biggest hospitals in Delhi, okay? It's huge. So anyway, we gotta try something different now. Like, so we're wasting so much time. If I wasn't making this video, I would just stop right now and just go home and forget about getting a test done because it's just too impossible. We're on our way home now. We finally got the test done in Sarket after 5 days of trying. And this particular hospital, they're only doing 55 tests a day. And they only have 3 hospitals in all of Delhi which are doing these certain tests. And I'm pretty sure one of them is out of order because we went there a few days ago. So yeah, this particular private hospital ain't doing much. And we didn't go to a public hospital because if this is the situation of the private hospitals, then imagine what the situation of the public hospitals is. We're not going to go there. We're not going to find out. Maybe we're wrong for that, but we got the test done eventually. So I went in for the testing, and the first thing I noticed was like mosquitoes everywhere. There's like 10 or 20 mosquitoes in this damn testing room. I don't know what was going on. They're breeding in there or something, and yeah, they just swab all the way down your throat, and you've got to try and not cough on the guy who's swabbing you. Then they swab out both your nostrils. Well, he went out both of my nostrils this time, and that is not a pleasant experience. There were little girls screaming in there before I went in, and I can understand why they're screaming. It sucks. You just come out and your eyes are all watering, you know. It's not a place you're usually probed. Well, not me anyway. Clearly there is some under-testing going on, and it was hard for me to get a test. There needs to be more private labs doing these COVID-19 tests because the demand is there. People are being turned away from this hospital for COVID-19 testing because they're only doing 55 a day. It's insane. So yeah, I'm gonna go home, watch more movies, and let's wait and see what my result is. Namaste dosto, good morning. I'm feeling pretty good today, like 95%, but my results are in. And actually they're not officially in from the hospital. I had phone calls from the government before I've even got my official results. So it's 2 days after the test now, like exactly 48 hours. And at 9:40 this morning, I got a phone call from the health ministry. That was my first alert that something wasn't right. Why are they calling me? How do they know my name? Hello. That's my sleepy voice.
आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना से बात कर रहा हूँ।
कहाँ से?
सर आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना से बात कर रहा हूँ मैं।
And as you can hear, the line was really bad quality, and it was very hard for me to hear him. So he asked me if I needed treatment for COVID, like if I was okay. And after that, the line started going bad and I couldn't hear him, so I told him to call back. So never actually knew exactly what he wanted. But when I got that call, I'm like, oh, the government knows something because they have my phone number and my full name. So something's going on. Then I opened up my Aarogya Setu app, and it had changed without me doing anything. It had changed to need medical care. And now this Aarogya Setu app is linked to my same phone number which I got my test under, okay? So, you know, if it's changed to that and the government's calling me, and now I can't go in and I I can't tell the government that I have my test results back. Like the option's gone for me, which is strange. So I think the government systems are linked to this app. So if the government finds out from your hospital before that you have COVID, they'll automatically update the app for you, which is not right, because I thought that I would be able to click here and share my results with the government and with this app myself. I didn't know they would automatically update it. It just looks like what's happened. There's nothing else I can do in this app now. It says need medical care. And I got that call from the government. So I won't release this video until I actually get my results back, but I'm pretty sure they're positive from the call and from this app. So the government knows your results before you do. And they knew it around like 9:30 in the morning, okay, I guess, because that's when everything changed. So yeah, slightly less than 48 hours after I got my test.
हेलो
हेलो कार्ल बोल रहे हो आप?
या
ये ना आपका सर आम आदमी पॉली क्लिनिक रानी बाग से बोल रहे हैं।
ओ क्या हुआ?
ये सर आपका आज मास्टर लिस्ट नॉर्थ वेस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट की जो मास्टर लिस्ट होती है उसमें आपका नाम आया पॉजिटिव।
अच्छा, तो मैं पॉजिटिव हूँ?
हाँ, आपके पास नहीं है रिपोर्ट?
नहीं, मेरे पास रिपोर्ट नहीं है।
ये आ गया आपका, आज की जो लिस्ट आती है ना हमारे पास डेली,
ठीक है,
उसमें पॉजिटिव है, तो आपको डिटेल बतानी पड़ेगी थोड़ी सी।
Now there were some drugs that helped me and that the doctors prescribed me. So the first one was paracetamol. Pretty common, you take it for a headache. That helped with the pain and it helped with my headache a lot. And then the next one, so I think this drug helped me, but it's hard to be sure, right? Like as soon as I started taking it, I started feeling better, put it that way, okay? And this was for my chest infection that I had. It's called AZEE, so a Z, maybe, 500 milligram tablet. And I took this one tablet at lunchtime for 3 days. And as far as I can tell, it cleared up my chest infection that was just right here. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt, because you know COVID can create these chest infections. And so that's why the doctor gave it to me, to see if it would heal it. And as far as I can tell, it did, okay? And the worst effects lasted 3 to 4 days for me, okay? And then I just was feeling like 80%, just a little bit tired, and I couldn't do anything. I just felt like laying in bed, that's it. But it wasn't painful after those first 4 days. Those first 4 days, a massive headache, aches and pains, and that chest infection, which really sucked. That was really painful, and I felt really bad having that. And a fever as well. The fever would actually kind of come and go. It was a bit weird. So oh yeah, and I lost my taste. I forgot to tell you guys this. I lost, not completely, but things didn't taste the same. Like biryani didn't taste the same. Chocolate didn't taste the same. Like the things that I loved and that I know the taste of did not taste the same. Okay, they tasted bad. Like bad as in like I didn't want to eat them. Like, oh, I don't like this anymore. Like that. Like I didn't get the same pleasure from them as I usually did. So yeah, that's definitely another symptom as well. But today I'm feeling like 95%. Like I think tomorrow I might be okay. Obviously I'm not going to go anywhere until I go back and I get a negative test result. I wonder how hard that's going to be, you know? Because I saw the other day that the government is only allowing people who are actually showing symptoms now to get a test. They're making it harder to get tests, which is weird. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll wait a week here and go back and try and get a negative test, and then I can, you know, resume life. So someone from the government just came and we've been quarantined in our apartment here for 17 days. So guys, get your tests done as soon as possible, because your quarantine won't start until you get those test results back. So if we had got our test results like 5 days ago when we went to try and get it, or 6 days ago, you know, quarantine would have started faster. So yeah, we're stuck here for 17 days now, and I guess I won't have to go and get a negative test because, you know, I'm already feeling better, and in 17 days I should be perfect. So that's that. You guys take care, look after your families, and be careful over the next couple of months, because I think it's gonna be bad, okay? Over June and July, it's gonna be really bad. So yeah, be careful. Don't worry if you get it, just go and get tested and follow all the medical advice. And the most risky thing is your parents, okay? So yeah, watch out for your parents. Make sure you keep your parents isolated from you if you even suspect that you have COVID, if you have any of the symptoms, okay, they're the most vulnerable people to this. So Jai Hind.